Kscope 2015 in Florida.
Hi, my name's Susie with Mindstream Analytics. We're sitting here in the Kscope 15 Social Media Lounge, sponsored by Mindstream. I'm sitting here with Jeffrey Lovett from Teradata, and we're going to talk a little bit about analytics initiatives today. First of all, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah?
Nice to be in Florida, you know. I actually hear that it's nice out by the beach. I haven't seen anything yet.
It's time to go outside.
I was going to say.
There's so much exciting stuff happening in here. Have you gone to a lot of presentations?
I have, yeah, and had a lot of good conversations with folks.
Fantastic. And I heard you gave a presentation today.
Yeah, I did a session this morning on really kind of what we're seeing in terms of trends of analytics and kind of what finance is doing around the broader data management and financial analytics space, and even kind of into some of the newer analytics like big data types of stuff.
Fantastic. What trends are you seeing in the analytics space?
You know, it's interesting. What we're seeing is that historically, finance has focused a lot on these big transformation initiatives that have largely been more about cost takeout and in many cases more transactional centric, you know, ERP projects and whatnot. And there's a lot of research that really supports what's going on now is where the real opportunity of real sustained value is doing more of the analytics types projects, right? And most of our clients have these very spread out data everywhere kind of environments, and as a result they're spending 80% of their financial analyst time on low value add data integration, data validation work rather than the stuff that their title says financial analyst, right?
Absolutely.
So we're just seeing a lot of firms that are really now starting to take data management as more a strategic initiative rather than before it was kind of, you know, relegated to something that happens on the back end of a project.
If you have some time, right?
Right, exactly.
Now, speaking of these new initiatives, what challenges are finance teams really facing as they implement these analytics initiatives?
I mean, I think one of the big ones is changing the corporate culture, right? Finance has grown up with very siloed projects. If you even look at the Hyperion suite, right? I mean, the planning team has a planning project and they do their own, you know, data integration, their own analytics in many cases. And then, you know, the ERP team has an HFM project and they've got a whole stream around that. And meanwhile, you've got a BI project over here with OBIE and a data warehouse. And so the biggest challenge I think we see with most of our clients is how do I actually, we know there's value that, you know, if we all did this together, we could source the data one time, we could all use the same data, define it the same way. But a lot of times that's not the way the projects are set up. So it really goes to an executive level mandate that says, data needs to be an asset and managed like an asset, just like our people, just like our cash, right? And then start to drive projects in that way rather than stovepiped, you know, organizational.
So as you're driving these projects, I hear a lot that finance teams face a lot of pushback from IT, and how are you advising people to deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think in many cases what we've found is that partnership between finance and IT hasn't been very good, quite frankly, right? And I think there's a real opportunity. Most of these projects need to be finance-led, right? And I think finance being a part of a core IT project, there's the confidence factor, the data is trusted, it gets leveraged. So we're seeing most of these projects be run by business, right? And IT is an enabling technology. And we're finding that more and more of these projects, they really need to be business user enabled, right? So you don't do data management in an ETL tool, right? Because a business user can use an ETL tool, right? You want to expose that, whether it's in DRM or other similar tools where the business user can manage hierarchies or reference data. You know, they can see a data flow in the lineage. And so it's really, and same thing on BI, right? The whole growth of bring your own data and visualization kinds of techniques is, it's the same thing, right? I don't want to wait for IT to go build something before I can see my analytics.
Well, I think these are the challenges that we're all facing, and that's why we're here
Absolutely.
At the ODTUG Kscope 15. Hopefully we'll see you again next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for sitting here with me.
If you weren't there this year, you should be here next year.
Thanks so much. It's Susie from Mindstream. We'll see you next year.